I think you're only wearing it because you're single in Utah. And I think it's kind of like an edgy way, right? Of like getting to the line, kind of. And it's not really any like sin or anything. I got it when I was in the hospital with her. I literally walked out of the hospital, got a tattoo, and came back. I went to LA Inc.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, Cardin Ellis. The show is Midnight Mormons, and we are joined today with none other than the usual suspects. We've got Kwaku L here, Brad Whitbeck, and a new guest, none other than my lovely wife, one Brittany Ellis, who, in the true vein of Midnight Mormons, is here in her pajama tops and bottoms.
Hey, Cardin, do you want that can in the corner of your screen?
Can? What can?
Little red can.
Oh, well, I'm trying to be healthier and avoid the sugar.
Oh, no.
So, yeah, I'll get it further out. Thank you.
Nice.
So, well, you know what? Do I want my can? Do you want that Playboy shirt on now that we're talking details?
Yes. Oy. You know what? Let's talk about it because I get so many DMs.
I wonder why.
Why are you wearing Playboy, Kwaku? Shut up.
What?
I don't know what the big deal is. It's great clothing. It looks great. You can buy it at PacSun. I think they have it at Cotton On. Everyone's wearing Playboy. It's like so common.
I would invite you to look around the room. Is anyone
So
else?
is obesity. Obesity is super common. But an appeal to commonality is a
Wearing
philosophical...
Playboy doesn't clog your arteries. Wearing Playboy doesn't kill you.
Okay, look, I'll tell you this.
Actually, one is named as a sin. Gluttony. Wearing a brand of clothing is not named as a sin.
I don't know. I feel like promoting a company that is all about lust might also qualify as a sin.
Although, you know what, Brad? Let me push back on this a little bit, only because I don't know which side I fall in here. There's obviously a more righteous Brad Whitbeck, the COVID party throwing super spreader,
me.
You know, Kwaku. And before I speak, I want to think two things out loud.
Yeah.
I'm against the Victorian era prudishness that I thought was excessive prudishness.
Okay, Cardin, what are you talking about? We need legs of chairs covered. Absolutely. Yeah. Like we can't have uncovered legs on any furniture. Okay, what the heck?
However, at the same token, this is weird because when I was a Spanish major at BYU, we had to read Playboy articles because Playboy was the only newspaper that was going to go down to South America and interview Gabriel Garcia Marquez. And so it was kind of interesting that we were reading Playboy articles while at the same token, okay, we don't want to seem like we're glorifying or advocating the big P word, right, Kwaku? Because that can destroy marriages, but it's not the P that destroys the marriages. It's the actual...
Oh, yes. No, sorry, keep going. I thought you meant women were the source of misery.
It's the man or the woman's replacement of their intimacy with their wife or their spouse with the P.
Look, you guys are getting all marriage and family therapists. I want you to know, like I'm the youngest guy in the room, so can I just say my generation does not view Playboy as some naked thing, okay? Because let's be real for a minute.
They don't view Playboy as some naked thing.
No, okay, back when you were a kid, if you wanted to watch... Okay, you would have to...
I tried to say P to avoid the Google algorithms, but now that you already did it, let's go with it.
Want to watch Korn and not the band. Guess what? You would, like, I guess people... What did people do? They had to go to find the magazines and the VHS tapes. You had to clink it in and, you know... I'm sorry.
VHS tapes from your day, Cardin?
I am embarrassed to admit, but I do remember going to Video Depot with my father when VHS and Laserdisc was still the thing.
Okay.
I was young enough, but also my dad was a cinephile. He loved watching movies.
But I mean, that's not crazy. Early 2000s, plenty of people still had VHSs. That's not like, it's not that long ago.
Okay,
you know, everyone remembers VHSs.
That's like the edge of
and they're also
memory.
coming back. There's
so why are you glorifying photographer?
Well, I'm saying, what I'm saying is Playboy has never been relevant in any Gen Z person's life until the past 2 years when it's become clothing. Because if you look, I'm not. I wouldn't be clear. I am not advocating pornography. Wait,
I'm buying this.
I'm not advocating pornography at all. Okay. However, what I'm saying is, what is the popular platform for Gen Z people? The magazine that they're flipping, or is it going to be the
Onlyfans.
hub.com or OnlyFans or all those things, right? It's going to just be the free online stuff or whatever. It's going to be half of TikTok. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to be like, the only time I saw Playboy growing up is when it was in that Trevor Moore movie where they sneak into like Hugh Hefner's mansion. You know what I'm saying? The one they'd play on late nights on Comedy Central. It was only when he was making cameos in comedy movies. That was it. It was so not relevant. And now it's clothing that I see everybody wearing.
You know what's so interesting is in the film community in Hollywood, it's now there. I think there's a lot of truth to what Kwaku says, because I noticed amongst film producers and directors, they're not really that interested in showing anymore in cinema and things like that, because the shock value is gone. And honestly, I talked with, I won't name the director, you know what I'm saying, but he was probably one of the top 10 directors in Hollywood. And we were actually talking about the morality of cinema and so on and so forth, because he was huge in the 80s and 90s when exploitation cinema was big coming out of the 60s. And then like there was that whole second sexual revolution in the 80s when he was directing a lot of his stuff. And it was so interesting because he said, you know, in the 80s, we were always trying to sneak in nudity. But then he's like, with the advent of the internet, it's just like so accessible. It's no longer cool. So it's just like not even worth it for the clamor that the censors bureaus make out of it worldwide. So it's like, just like you said, Playboy lost to Hub. Well, it's in Hollywood, they've kind of.
Well, here's the question I have. Have they just stopped producing porn altogether, or?
I mean,
now he's going to defend him. Okay.
I don't know. All I know is everything. I sent you some pictures, right? Can you pull those up?
Okay. Well, I'm going to throw this one to Brittany really fast. Brittany, your thoughts and your opinions. Guy comes to pick you up for a date and he's wearing said Playboy shirt. You know, he's Kwaku and he's in said shirt. What do you think?
Okay, well, I feel old because I didn't know that Playboy was like a clothing brand. I thought it was literally like the magazine and maybe some like cheap earrings that you get on like the Vegas Strip.
Yeah, I was about to say, I saw Playboy sunglasses on girls when I was in high school.
Yeah, but I didn't know it was like actual shirts that said Playboy. Anyway, I mean, it definitely puts up a stigma of, okay, you know, like just the overall stigma. If a guy shows up with a Playboy shirt, I'd be like, oh.
A stigma of what? Filth? Moral degeneration?
I don't know. I mean, I think everyone knows the kind of stigma I'm talking about.
Okay.
But I think it wouldn't. I think you're only wearing it because you're single in Utah. And I think it's kind of like an edgy way, right? Of like getting to the line, kind of. And it's not really any like sin or anything. But
it looks
it's
good.
Like,
it just looks good.
I'm not done.
Okay.
It's like when in high school when girls would show up with like a Starbucks cup. There's no coffee in it. It's hot chocolate, but they like the look of just bringing a Starbucks cup, right? That's their kind of like, ooh, I'm edgy. So I think that's kind of like your Playboy shirt. Like, ooh, I'm edgy.
Now, all I'm saying here is this.
So Kwaku is trying to be edgy?
Oh, are you getting called out by a chick who sees through your nonsense, brother? Is this what you do?
One state.
I mean, it's like a black polo. You could get that from any brand. It's not like Playboy has.
The material is like, Playboy has the clothing.
Oh, so the material
is well made. I'm not gonna get some crappy H&M like just shirt. You know, I want to. Also, what state is a better representation of a wealthy old man surrounded by multiple women who are his wives younger than him? Okay, yeah. I'm sorry. Isn't that crazy?
Look, Kwaku, if you got it, you got it. I'm not shaming. I'm just saying.
I just want to say, for me, like, I'm barely like older than you. I still am like, Playboy still has a stigma for me. I get that they have a clothing line now, but like, it's still there that it was like Hugh Hefner was involved. And I get that he was like in comedies and stuff, but still like they're kind of like pretty synonymous with pornography, I think.
Well,
still
let's put, like, I'm sorry. These are this is Playboy, what Playboy's putting out.
Okay, so
is this pornography?
Well, okay, so got some.
Come on,
I've been looking at. Okay,
No, it's not. It's not.
That's normal clothing. That's a normal clothing photo.
Yeah, it's a weird pose.
okay,
But it's still just the
fine.
brand. And Quicket, would you wear the Playboy shirt when you're married? When you're married,
I have
would
a
you?
girlfriend. She likes it.
Okay, that's different. That's dating. You're not married. When you're married, are you going to wear Playboy brands?
I don't even know what the style is gonna be when I'm married. You know what I'm saying? That's like,
I'm just saying,
would
I don't think you
Abercrombie?
will.
No.
When you're
But
married,
it's
I don't
dead.
think you'll wear it. So I think right now it's just an edgy thing when you're single.
But I'm sorry, like when you go through these photos, this is not pornorography. This is,
I don't know.
Do you feel like
she's
there's
going after that
nothing-
lollipop?
There's nothing suggested to you about that photo?
that is nothing off par from what a normal mainstream clothing ad looks like.
If I saw an H&M ad
Dude.
like that, I would be a little surprised.
That's what H&M ads look like.
No, they always have like the gap tooth model thing going on, right?
Oh,
have
yeah, I
someone,
mean,
like,
they
with
went
a
woke.
popsicle. Like,
They went woke, but all I'm saying is when people my age see Playboy, this is what they see. Okay, it's normal people just wearing it's just not
But they know what Playboy means.
maybe what it meant. Can you not give companies chances to reinvent themselves?
Well,
that's my
okay.
challenge. I don't think Playboy is reinventing itself.
See,
I
I'm
think they're
looking up
finding another
H&M,
avenue
and
for
you're
making
right.
money.
There's the gap tooth model is the first one.
The gap tooth, yeah.
That's kind of funny. But I mean, I'm looking at this, and what's the classic definition of pornography? Wasn't it Thomas Sowell or not Milton Friedman? It was Clarence Thomas that said, "I can't defy it, but I recognize it when I see it." I'll tell you right now, I think we are far too puritanical about pornography. I think the pre-internet generation vilified it and its use far too much. Okay, because they were unfamiliar with that vice like they were familiar with other vices. So I'm not here to justify any kind of world views on Playboy, but I will debunk the idea that like this ad right here that we're looking at, you know what I'm saying? That this ad that you see on your screen right here, I will disabuse us of the idea that it is comparable to that.
Yeah.
Those
are not the same thing.
Like this.
Okay.
Is
Go
not
with any other photo.
that.
'cause
This is
You
Maxim.
know there are bikini photos in H&M.
I mean,
Don't
look at-
even start. Don't even start.
Now, by the way-
a girl eating a popsicle where her cha-chas are completely covered near a pool.
That looks like a really good popsicle.
Now, granted,
Try to
this,
sell this as porn. It will make zero money.
I'm
now,
not
granted,
saying that
this is
porn.
Dream Girlfriend. This is Dream
That's 'cause she looks like
Girlfriend.
Megan Fox, and you're in love with Megan Fox.
And that's, well, I'm in love with this girl right here, and I got Dream Girlfriend already. Holla!
right.
You know?
And
but you
I'm-
can't say that this is that,
okay,
Kwaku.
go to a different photo. Go to a different photo.
I'm not
This is
saying
not
it's
that.
pornography either.
Okay.
It's
I'm not making
suggestive. Okay,
another
it's
one besides
suggestive.
that
Now,
one.
this is more mainstream. This is like Victoria's Secret pink. Okay.
Now let's do another one. I can send you
I,
six.
I get it. This is like,
See, that one's more normal.
you
That
know,
one's
yeah, this
definitely
looks
in the
like
more
something
normal
you'd
zone.
see like,
So am I not allowed to wear a brand that, okay, in the 80s was porn. They got their butts kicked from the actual porno people online. They said, you know what? F it. Let's make clothing. Let's go into the clothing store and let's put a bunny on people.
Okay, look, I guarantee you they haven't stopped making pornography. I bet this is diversifying.
hey, well,
their
I'm more than
portfolio.
willing to search this right now out of due diligence
Is
for
Playboy
religious
still
research.
porn? Let's Google it. Let's
I am,
I'm just
I'm positive that they will have something. Like, I doubt they would give that up, you know?
I feel like they would. I mean,
If it was more profitable, I'm sure they would. Well, don't forget there was
I
that
think they're
time.
diversifying
No, there was
their
that time
revenue
4 or 5 years ago. I remember when I was working at the radio station where the big press release came out from Playboy that they're doing non-nudes.
Mm-hmm.
It only lasted like 8 or 9 months or something, you know. But there was they had new leadership. And there was this big push saying they're going to do like non-nudes, and it kind of became like they wanted to be like the artistic Maxim version. But Kwaku is right; the market was heavily changed by all of the
Okay, well,
the online platforms for a little bit more than what Playboy had. to
here's
offer.
what I'm going to say, though. Would you say that if they were still producing pornography, that it would be bad to buy their clothing because then it looks like you're supporting that?
well, first, can we define what pornography is? Because when I think of porn, I'm thinking of people banging on camera.
Uh-huh.
I do not
So-
think Playboy is creating.
So you're trying to
videos.
differentiate between softcore and hardcore.
Oh.
Nobody's ever asked me that before. I don't know.
So they're famous for pictures of, like, naked women, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
That's what they're
sure.
famous for. if they're still making that.
When I think of Playboy, I think of the Playboy bunny girls or the actual bunny. And I think of how it was growing up only a punchline used in Family Guy and in Comedy Central. No, I do not think of titties when I think of Playboy. I think of just the brand. You know what I mean?
Well,
Really?
this is where I'm willing to go with you on this, Kwaku. I reserve judgment because I am a magnanimous man, a Christian man who never judges. I leave everything to God in my ultimate righteousness.
Okay. By the way, if Cardin wasn't LDS, but he definitely would have tried to be as close to a Hugh Hefner type as possible. Let's be real for a minute.
That is a fact.
Okay.
Well, I did marry Miss September. So, I'm just kidding. But hey, you have tattoos. You can't talk.
I have a tattoo.
No, Google, is Playboy still porn? Let's just Google it right now.
Yeah, Google that.
Oh boy,
let me ask you this,
this is gonna be interesting. Let's see.
On camera.
If they are still producing like pictures of naked women, is that something that you would feel comfortable endorsing with your clothing choices?
I don't think you're endorsing that.
You're giving money to the company that is doing it.
You're giving money to a company that sex traffics girls. How do you feel about that?
Okay,
Kwaku?
that's a bit far. That's a bit far.
Okay,
I'm not
New
buying
York
Wayfair.
Times. oh my gosh, here it is. It says New York Times in August of 2015 said nudes are old news at Playboy. Oh, but that's August 2015. And then Playboy is a porn mag again, according to Ars Technica, in February 14th, 2017. So
they
Kwaku.
pulled Onlyfans, huh? They said we'll stop, and then they're like, never mind.
Well, let's see. Why your father's Playboy can't compete in today's world of... I can't see because of my little scroll.
In today's world of... This is theconversation.com. It says, why your father's Playboy can't compete in today's world of hardcore porn.
This just photo right here is less scandalous than what's on like the VMAs. I'm sorry. I hate that we're in this part of the world, but when you just say something's pornography, what does that mean now? Because are we talking about people having sex on camera, or are you talking about a girl with some chi-chi showing?
Okay, well, how about this one? Would you wear a marijuana shirt? Would you wear a marijuana shirt? It's legalized in some places.
TV, though, by the way.
No, because I think marijuana is profoundly bad for people. I don't think boobs are bad.
Okay.
Every woman is born with boobs. Not every woman's born with, a bong.
With an addiction. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I think that the exploitation of women and the objectification of women is bad.
Well, yeah, but that's not exploitation if they want to do it and they like the attention.
It's still objectification, though.
Well, objectification.
So are Vasa models. I'm sorry, in our world of marketing right now.
We are having...
To me, anything's objectification. The second they put on makeup and go to church, they're somewhat objectifying themselves.
For sure. But I think there's a big difference between that and then I don't know, when you see stuff like on Instagram where people are like, oh yeah, we want to have people's nipples be free to be seen, right? Yeah. I feel like we're pushing the boundaries of what is acceptable as pornography.
And this is an interesting argument because, for example, from a film perspective, from a Hollywood perspective here, when I go to Park City for Sundance, or you go to South by Southwest, or I was in Berlin, Germany for the Berlinale, right? And I had a German photographer and filmmaker friend of mine as we were walking down Unter den Linden by the there's a beautiful natural history and German history museum right by the Holocaust Memorial. We were taking different pictures, and I was joking because there was this guy selling nude photography on the street who was a photographer street vendor, right? And I said yeah, that would never fly in America. You know what I'm saying? Uh-huh. And he looked at me, and I'm not even going to fake the German accent, all right? But he said, I don't see why Americans ruffle their feathers so much about the skin we were born in, why all of you walk around holding handguns in every house, right? And it's true, European cinema completely eschews and hates on-screen violence.
Yeah.
In the same way that American cinema doesn't, and thinks it's taboo to have.
I actually think that's a decent parallel.
It's a phenomenal parallel.
No. Let me use it.
Okay.
With this. Okay, so women.
Oh, I got something good. I'm ready.
In nudes versus hardcore porn that we're talking about.
Wait. Playboy's not hardcore porn.
I know.
Okay.
I'm not saying they are.
Okay.
I'm saying this. It's still not good. To me, the difference there is like a violent movie scene. Where you have 300 300's a pretty good example where you have blood flying everywhere. It's like that versus I think Playboy, it doesn't reach into PG-13 in my mind.
Oh.
It reaches into like, it's still R. You're still seeing violence happen on screen. It may not be 300 with blood flying everywhere, but you're still seeing people get shot. Right?
Well, how about this? Let's compare. Let's say, okay, hardcore porn, okay?
Yeah.
And so let's say the cinema violent equivalent is like Kill Bill Volume 2.
Sure.
Right? Chopping people up with. Then Playboy is probably somewhere between the Men in Black and Django Unchained. Not that crazy.
No, I would disagree on that.
Where would it be?
Yeah,
because there's no. I'm sorry. You're gonna have to censor that. Censors anyway. There's no. Okay. it's mostly side boob and butt. Which I'm sorry, in the age of
you get to see that at Hurricane
media,
Harbor.
That's everywhere you go.
Okay, so Brittany,
that's PG-13.
What do you think about this? We got to loop in Brittany.
Wait,
here. I'm
the one under attack here. I gotta say some things. Okay, first, by this logic, this is a dumb one. Is the Statue of David pornography?
No, because
Why?
that's a glorification, all right, of the human body. In a way that is meant to uplift the viewer, not sexually arouse them.
Yeah. He's hanging dong.
Yeah. He ain't hanging. Now that I can look up without YouTube getting pissed at me. Trust me, he ain't hanging. It's like stubby.
I know.
Like, he's got shrinkage, dude.
And I would even argue that that's less pornographic than the ad that we saw with the girl with the popsicle. Because it's less suggestive. There's nothing suggestive about the model with David.
I thought I got zero sexual overtones from a girl eating a popsicle.
Then you haven't seen any Katy Perry music videos.
You are lying. You are absolutely. I'm sorry, BS.
When was this made?
I call 100% BS
you do not
right
think
now.
If they had
that
photo cameras back in frickin' this in Michelangelo's day, you would have a lot more of these Jerusalem women with their hummus out. I'm sorry.
Dog,
I'm sorry.
This right here with homegirl.
Mother effer, they're doing the same pose.
No, this guy's holding a discus.
Miss Johnson is right there.
Yeah, but
it's not somehow less suggestive than the other picture, isn't it?
So you're gonna tell me if he had a camera, and it was a photo. If it was a photo of a naked guy doing the same thing, it would be worse. But because it's a statue and it has antiquity, it's fine. What is worse, okay? Because I'm telling you this, Playboy, all right.
I will say, I think the medium of a statue versus a photo does make a difference. You're definitely right there.
I'm halfway between. I think you're being willfully. I think you're being willfully ignorant right now to the history of Playboy that you are fully aware of to be edgy, as my wife suggests.
But at the same time, the history of the. Okay, well, if we're comparing both the history of Playboy, one rich short dude with a freaking hat and a robe in L.A. or the conquesting churches who murdered and raped people. Which legacies?
Well, it is true.
Let me set. I'm putting my freaking point down, and you know it's gonna be good. Okay, so here's why I will even say, even if Playboy is showing some tatas right now, it's still better than half the models out there and half of the even non-pornographic things we're seeing. For this reason only. At least Playboy is celebrating beauty and people who are incredibly in shape. Because if I have to choose between my friends and even my children, seeing models that are promoting being incredibly out of shape, that are promoting mutilating your body, that are promoting making yourself look disgusting on the sake of diversity, as opposed to actually just beautiful people who are in shape. This is the modern equivalent of the ancient. We are celebrating something beautiful. Pornhub is literally just naked people going at it. It's disgusting. Okay, Playboy is completely something different. And just because at one point they were just a little more nude. I don't even think they ever made porn videos, by the way. I think it was literally only just magazines.
It was never hardcore stuff.
Right.
It was
What is worse? The celebration and promotion of, okay, this is what beautiful bodies look like, or everybody is beautiful, and we're going to push this narrative until people literally die because they're grossly overweight and they're eating crap. Which is worse? Which is more of a moral failure? One.
So thinking about that, I want to
but just because there's a bigger moral failure around doesn't mean that the one that you're talking about is okay.
Yep, that. Right?
Like, I mean, there's a failure. You could always say like, oh, well, at least I didn't kill my wife. I only treated her horribly. You know,
you said though the celebration of beauty is a good thing. And I'm saying, what did Playboy do ultimately that is that different from the celebration of beauty? Because in their industry, it's
beyond a celebration of beauty, and it goes into purposely arousing people and addicting them to their product.
Here's my example. Here, I'm going to do this for you, Kwaku. And I'm going to explain to you where I come from.
Also, I was not born in the 80s, so again, you guys are having maybe not Brad.
I also wasn't born in the 80s.
I just thought of this example, and I think that you're totally going to appreciate it. Okay, Kwaku? I'm typing this up right now. Now, I see this shirt all the time. Okay? Ad nauseum, whenever you walk around anywhere, any city, anywhere. I even see it in posters in college. You always see this image, and I'm going to pull up the Wikimedia Commons image so you can recognize it here, okay? I always see this, Che Guevara. And you always see it on t-shirts, and you always see people, you know, with hip symbols and posters in their walls of this guy who is perceived as a cool revolutionary icon to those who are ignorant to the true history, right?
Yeah.
Well, Che Guevara sentenced my grandfather to death. He would take children as young as 8 to 13 years old who weren't part of the revolution. Maybe they were capitalists. Maybe they were children of journalists. We're talking teenagers here. And he would shoot them, sometimes himself watching and laughing, while he would force the mothers of these children to watch. This man is the South American Adolf Hitler. And I would never in a million years with family from Cuba ever tolerate somebody wearing that shirt in my house or putting that shirt on myself. But I recognize that culturally there's people that don't understand the significance of the icon or the history of the icon. Therefore, I reserve judgment on those people and simply try and instruct them. So I believe you that there might be a generational difference. What Playboy was may not be what it is now. And I like that you said there's a redemption narrative here. Like, can't a company reinvent itself? I do believe that a company can reinvent itself. For heaven's sake, Siemens did. Okay? I'm surprised they didn't change their name. But the company
what is this company you're referencing?
The German company, Siemens. You see them. They're the ones, I'm pretty sure it's Siemens that made Xylon B, which was the gas that was used to exterminate the people taken into Auschwitz and those. Yeah, they never relabeled. Like the German chemical company that made Xylon B still manufactures pesticides for my father's pest control company. Whoa. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's crazy. And so I believe that companies should be able to reinvent themselves. And if Kwaku is saying...
Well, thank you for naming two brands that have done horribly worse things than Playboy, because now...
Well, you can't say that the soy boyification and the beta male-ification of America hasn't been assisted in large part by the widespread overindulgence and overuse of pornography. Again, to me, it's like weed. If I were a bishop, I'm not going to take away some temple recommend of yours just because you smoke some bowls once in a while or this or that because I recognize whatever. But at the same token, if it is affecting your relationship with your wife because you have now grown to either depend upon it or else to like it more than her, or else maybe your relationship is getting cold because you're using it too much or so on and so forth, then I'd say, okay, we have a problem. All right. So I'm not here to chastise you for it. I'm just saying that to me, it's a gray area in which Che Guevara fits. And I would not feel comfortable.
If you could make everyone choose between a night in a Che Guevara camp or the Playboy mansion, 10 out of 10, we know what they would pick. So I just, can we also say, let's be real for a minute. We are, and now I'm going to sound like some hardcore feminists, okay? So
oh boy.
Hey, Kate Kelly, somebody call Kate.
But let's be real, let's be real for a minute, okay? Every single clothing, all the clothing we're all wearing in this room was probably manufactured at some point by child labor.
Oh, every computer. That's true. I tried to buy a computer. I actually went on a website. You can't buy a computer that doesn't have sweatshop labor in it.
Okay.
It's impossible.
So we literally all have blood on our hands anyway. Now,
so let's just add to it.
Blood on the hands.
That's all you're saying at this point, Quinn.
No, what I'm saying is...
I already got drunk. I might as well go home and beat my wife and kick the dog.
I'm going to make a good point. They know it. And so that's why they're all right.
No.
Okay. We already have blood in our hands anyway. So what if, here's the hypothetical. If Playboy was made only in America, without sweatshop labor, is it more ethical to wear than your normal H&M shirt made with sweatshop labor?
That's a good question, in which I'd probably actually say yes, because I believe, and this is once again back to the cinema argument, okay? This comes straight out of BYU. Dean Duncan, worst, most arrogant professor ever, who was a loser who couldn't get a Universal Studios internship going.
Whoa,
you know what I'm saying?
That was some salt right there.
Yeah, that was some salt. He did kick me out of the film department, so I'm allowed to be salty.
Oh, man.
But anyway, yeah, he said that I was a cocky Southern Californian. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
he kicked me out.
was he wrong?
He said, over my dead body, will you ever become a film student here? And he was also really pissed because my application project was the best one he saw. And he told another professor who was a friend of mine saying, this is one of the best applications I've ever seen. And when he found out it was mine, furious. Yeah, it was really funny.
Okay, back to sweatshop.
There was a pride
kids.
thing here.
Yeah.
So anyway, I
sweatshop labor to make your film? Is that where you're going?
No, in his class, this is why Dean Duncan kicked me out, is because he got up, and this was when Christina Aguilera made her music video Dirty, a very sexually suggestive music video in which she was being very provocative, so on and so forth. And he ripped on it. And for like 5 minutes, he ripped on it. But then I raised my hand. I said, now hold on a second here. Like, I want to provide some counterpoint here. I grew up in Hollywood. Half my ward are grips, directors, gaffers, producers, sound guys, so on and so forth. And as much as, yes, Christina Aguilera made a, quote, dirty music video, and as much as it was sexually suggestive, and I'm concerned with the moral decay of our society, every person that worked on that project got copy, credit, was paid on time, and was treated according to union law. How many people are in the Marriott School of Business right now balancing books for Fortune 500 companies that know they're using unethical child labor in Southeast Asia to manufacture their goods? But we perceive the accountants graduating out of the Marriott School of Business as the righteous ones.
Yeah.
So to your point, Kwaku, you know what I'm saying? I think that's a valid argument. And I would actually say yes, because another thing Dean Duncan said was, even though Europe eschews violence because of their history of violent warfare, and we eschew, not online, on screen sexuality because of our more puritanical history and worldview, he said, I actually think we're right in what we judge, because the difference between witnessing a stylized violent act and committing a violent act is a far greater distance than witnessing sexual acts or immoral sexual acts and then actually following through on acting upon those immoral sexual acts. So I think I'm in between you and Brad. Brad's ready to stone you.
No.
Okay. Use a musket. But no.
Oh my gosh.
Just kidding.
No.
So,
and here's the deal. I am not saying that Kwaku's even bad for doing this. I am saying that I would absolutely not wear a Playboy shirt, because I think that even if they're trying to reinvent themselves, it seems to me like that thing you're seeing that in 2017 they started producing pornography again. I don't want to be.
We only got half of a headline from one Google scroll. Like, we did not do our adequate research.
And the truth is, I've been to rock concerts that I didn't know were sponsored by Playboy, and I showed up, and the Playboy bunnies are running around on Sunset Boulevard. And the truth is, it is really like it's mild mannered compared to like even some ads you can see for Pacific Sunwear in some places. You know,
yeah. And I'm just saying, I'm not gonna stone Kwaku, but I do still
solid lashing.
Yes, exactly, precisely. No, I think that it's still not good. Just because it's not as bad as some of these other options, maybe. I still think. Can
we all just point the finger of scorn? You know, can we all just
you all agreed that if we could prove that it was not made by sweatshop labor, it's actually more ethical to wear Playboy than some of the others.
So I was there.
Okay.
How many girls are being sucked into Playboy because they feel like there's no other way but to sell their body on?
Yeah, but that is also
going to OnlyFans and Pornhub. That's it. No. Yeah, no. Pornhub isn't sponsoring like a mega concert.
So that's just something that Playboy used to do, is what you're saying.
We have no evidence of this at all.
I was about going to say you can't.
You think all the girls for Playboy want to be there? You don't think any of them have ever been?
They audition like crazy. There's so many girls
Okay, but you could say the same thing about the porn industry. No, they want to be there.
No,
Yeah.
because
Most don't actually want to.
Wait, pause.
Yeah.
The porn industry.
No,
Wait. There are multiple documentaries about this that Rashida Jones made on Netflix, where a lot of these porn companies are literally recruiting like immigrant women who are drugged up, whereas like Playboy, if you can tag the person on Instagram and see it, they've been an influencer for 15 years and they have their own side hustle.
Yeah,
it's like how many of these Victoria's Secret models are? No,
I've had.
Hey, what about like Holly Madison and all the girls next door? Why didn't they stay in it? Why
What do
did
you
they
mean?
want
Why?
to get
Because they're
out?
getting TV shows out of it. They're
Why
getting
are
wild
they
exposure.
out now? Why are they out now?
Oh, well, first off, Playboy's not notorious for highlighting middle-aged women, so the natural process.
Oh, so we
of
only
time,
objectify the younger girls.
Well,
we
if
don't
you
want
want
the
to-
middle-aged and up.
There we go.
I'm not justifying. I'm just. You asked me why they got out of it, and I said, well, I'm sure age had
So
something
there's
to
a
do with
stigma.
it.
It's all about young, hot girls, and that's
it's
what
the same reason
Kwaku wants
Dave
to
Matthews Band isn't popular among in 2021. It's the kind of timed
Okay,
out.
so all I'm saying
wear.
is,
So we're not glorifying women bodies. We're objectifying younger, hot girls. That's
well,
Playboy.
I think
That's what they stand for.
Exactly.
I would 100%.
So if you want to wear that, that's fine. But that's the stigma that you're doing.
Oh, in the age of Magic Mike and Game of Thrones and freaking like what's that movie that was the Ivory Chick in America saw the top book 50 Shades of Grey.
Yeah.
I just like on the current charcuterie board of media. Playboy, it's like
So,
not even. It's not even the top 100.
Here's what I would say. Then make your own brand.
I have one.
Then wear that.
I'm trying. It's being shipped.
Good. So do that and don't wear a brand.
It's not even that bad. It's literally. You think we looked at the pictures? It's a T-shirt. One girl had 2 shirts, which is more.
okay.
2 shirts,
Now, also, Brad, I'm going to come after you on Kwaku's behalf now.
Do it.
Like, be honest. When you were a young man, would you not have been stoked to date like a Miss September or a Miss November or a Miss whatever?
I don't think I ever even would have had that cross my mind.
Oh, shut up. Did you not have hormones?
Yeah, I had hormones, but like, would I have been psyched to date them? Like, I wanted to date
Dude, they're
someone that I
totally
could
hot.
marry.
Like, bro, when you were single and your lovely wife can just turn down the volume right now.
Oh my god.
But when you were single, dog, if that was a girl at your high school, you wouldn't literally do whatever it took to convince her to date you and like you. You would do that.
To be
this chick is
100%
smoking
honest
hot,
with you,
bro.
Yeah, sure.
You
But
know, and
okay.
She looks scary and fake because no one enjoys popsicles that much.
Yep. And on top of that, I
you're a
think
savage.
you gotta have more of a soul that's compatible.
How do you know she said? Oh, dude.
she could be a wonderful lady. I bet she likes the
I'm
garden.
not
Yeah,
saying-
she probably exercises.
You immediately twisted my words. Both
She might
of
be
you-
spiritual.
Hey, maybe
Yeah.
turn down your scumbaggery for a second. Listen to what I'm saying. I'm saying someone who's got to have a spirit that's compatible with mine, right?
Okay.
If I met a Playboy model who was Miss September and we got along and we had similar values,
Okay.
I would not hold that against them that they were a Playboy model, right?
Okay.
But to me, it's more important that I like who they are as a person and that we get along than that I just think they're hot, right?
Okay.
I think there's a lot more to it than that.
Okay.
And Miss September
Well,
probably
I think
found
that's a
Jesus
good
in
dating
October.
Podcast just in general, right?
Yeah.
However, let's be real for a minute. If I'm at a party and this girl walks up and I'm gonna, of course I'm asking you out. Like, I'm sorry. Look.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, I appreciate that honesty.
Without doubt, I will.
Yeah, if that girl walked
I will
in, you would
300
be chewing
okay.
your
out of
mouth.
the
If
way
that
to go
girl
talk
walked
to
in and she's smoking and drinking, I'm not
Oh
going to ask
yeah,
her out
no,
because she does
smoking
not,
ruins it.
Yeah,
Smoking
she doesn't
ruins it.
match the values that I have
All
in
I'm
my
saying
life.
is we have a beautiful girl, okay, eating a 4th of July popsicle. She's patriotic, okay,
Yeah.
attractive. So, and we've assigned her so many things. You know what I'm saying? She's probably
I
just.
have assigned nothing.
I've assigned
I
nothing
have
either
assigned
other than
zero
she's
things.
beautiful.
I have said if she matches my values, I'm good.
Okay, well that's a good.
And I've been trying to get my wife into modeling for years. And look, babe, you're hotter than this chick. You could totally do
Also-
it. All you have to do is suck on a popsicle.
Also, can we be real? Can I say one thing? And look.
Oh my gosh.
I think we've all just. I'm not going to stop wearing. I like the Playboy brand. I do not think it represents porn. If they decide to start making porn videos of people doing it on camera, okay. But I just don't think.
What if they start having overweight models?
Oh.
What if they start doing that? The thing that you said was worse.
Depends what you mean. If you're talking morbidly obese and risking people's health, I will not wear it.
Yeah,
maybe if it looks good to me that day. I know I'm saying like that's whatever, but for the most part, I think there are levels of. Also, let's be real.
I think Brittany is 100% correct. You're just doing it to be edgy.
No,
and that if you really let yourself think about the moral implications of what Playboy really does, still.
Oh, that's like saying
Utahns are always trying to find a way to be edgy and get the cool thing.
No. If we're talking
I would wear a UFC shirt.
That's far worse than Playboy.
I don't think so.
People beating the crap out of each other, having
that's a
brain
form of
damage.
athletics. It's no different than Cassius Clay and Muhammad Ali going after Joe Frazier.
It permanently damages your brain. Showing a
So
little
does
bit of
football.
nap.
So does football. So wearing football jerseys is just
What's
as
worse,
bad as UFC.
a woman's natural body that we didn't cover up until the serpent told us we were naked.
I
It's
think-
probably all not natural.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that. Let me tell
I'm
you,
not saying
braces
that's
are no
anything wrong
different.
with that. I'm just saying it's not
I
natural.
think you and I both know there is more going on than just that. And if you're going to pretend that that's what Playboy really is,
I am not supporting the porn industry. I do not think Playboy fits in the category of porn.
I
let
think
me
it
also
does.
say, I'm sorry, in
Let us-
2021, women don't get away with it anymore. Like,
okay, let us know in the
objectified.
comments.
Everybody's objectified equally.
Kwaku, I'm
okay?
going to go buy you a Playboy magazine and then you'll see.
No one even buys magazines anymore.
I'm going to go get you
I don't
one.
know how to subscribe
Let
to a
us
magazine.
know in the
guys.
comments here whether you think Playboy is pornography or not.
No. Okay,
Because
totally.
I'm interested to see, and go ahead and maybe leave like what demographic you landed, whether you're Gen Z
that's
or
fair.
you're boomer or boomers watch our show.
Actually,
with
yeah,
so
I
much
think at this
Spartan
point
attacks.
we need to appeal to the masses in the comments section.
Yeah.
I believe, Kwaku, that there
Notice
could
how
be
they
a
only kept up
generational
the most
shift.
risque picture too of all the pictures I sent. They
That's true.
purposely. There's one you didn't even show. Okay, there's one you didn't even show.
No, I showed them all. There was this one
there's
right
you didn't.
here.
Again.
Then there was this one right here.
Okay.
That one's fine.
And then, this was kind of like a cool little
Okay,
Asian
another
crop
one?
top thing going on.
Other
Then,
one?
there was this one. And then you're right. I didn't pull up one of the others because you started making the H&M is the same as this argument.
Let's see the last one, okay? Because I just want people to recognize I'm sorry, this does not fit the mold of a porno brand. And let me also.
Okay, I'm
that looks
pulling
like
up
a
this.
normal Instagram photo.
Okay, well, there's
not even
some
wearing
truth to that.
Normal Instagram photo.
There's some truth to that.
But I'm sorry,
It's
but
true.
then as now are we? That's like earlier. The other podcast we were talking about. Look, you can't call everyone a bigot. It ruins it. It takes away the power of what a bigot actually is. Is if everything on Instagram is now porn, what is porn?
And I'm not saying everything on Instagram is porn.
By the way, I can't.
Hey, and apparently
no, I'm not
dudes
telling you
are-
what I can't say what I was gonna say.
Apparently
What
dudes-
are you gonna say? I'm saying, look, I'm more in line with Cardin because look at this. This looks like
that is the worst mustache ever.
That is horrible.
And we got to talk about some of these tattoos these
And
people
now,
are wearing.
Kwaku, you're supporting that mustache.
Yeah,
I-
I feel worse about the earrings and the mustache, but that's fine.
Okay,
I
but
like
I'm
the
saying, I
checkered
met a
flag
girl.
one.
She had an OnlyFans. She was super attractive. We went out.
Dude, and
She doesn't have an OnlyFans anymore.
Why
But
not?
it didn't make me.
Because she found Jesus.
And I'm saying the same thing. If I went on dates with a girl who had an OnlyFans and then stopped doing it and we had the same standards, I'd be fine.
And I have zero judgments for those girls. I think the OnlyFans girls, the strippers, I think they're gaming the system, man. They're just getting ahead. The West was settled by madams with brothels. And you know what I'm saying? Like, those chicks are, why law school? When you can make $200,000 a month off freaking OnlyFans, man.
Sorry, I was trying
If
to
I
say
had
that.
the body, I'd be Magic Mike in it left
I was
and
trying
right,
to say both
dude.
genders are so equally objectified, and the fact that like I think it's just such a dead argument of like,
What's the
you're
male version of Playboy?
You Google
Abercrombie and Fitch throughout the early 2000s.
I'm sorry, absolutely. You can if I go find any girl my age, grab her Instagram and go to the search, all the suggested stuff is going to be half naked dudes
In the gym, probably also.
I'm sorry.
like,
There's an
yeah,
equal level of objectification.
Okay.
Even weirdly, when Black Panther came out, my mutual and Tinder match just skyrocketed, and I would see so many girls reposting like
Because they
shirtless
wanted
Michael
you,
B.
like,
Jordan and
because
stuff.
Black Panther came out.
It was like,
You're like their
black
little
guys are,
slice of
in right
Wakanda
now.
or
I'm
what,
sorry,
dude?
Every single, everyone is so equally objectified. And I'm sorry, and also I'm not trying to sound like an anti-feminist now, but also let's be real for a minute. When the majority of suicides in the country are men and the majority of depressed people are men, I don't think women can continue to wave the banner. You get hired more than us.
Though.
You get hired more, you graduate faster, and you graduate more, and men are unhappy and women are happier.
And
I'm
many
sorry.
of those depressed men are addicted to porn?
They ain't addicted to Playboy.
Playboy's a gateway to porn.
No, it's not. Is this 1991? Sorry, are you listening to Kurt Cobain? It's so far in the past. The Playboy is just clothing at University Mall and PetSun that parents are buying their kids for their back to school
So go buy
outfits.
Lululemon. Those have great materials. Why pick Playboy?
Wait,
you have so many
a
other
baggy
options.
Playboy shirt or a Lululemon tied on your ass, like I'm just like shucking in your butt cheeks.
Then pick.
What's more objectifying?
Then pick a different brand. There are so many brand options.
Yeah, Playboy doesn't have a monopoly on nice material.
No one does. So I'm saying it's all
you're
made by
picking the edgy
sad,
brand.
depressed Asian kids who were enslaved anyway. So what does it matter if one has some
Playboy
titties associated to it and the other doesn't?
Okay, well, look, we gotta end this now because we're coming up on the hour mark for this thing that was supposed to be
15 minutes.
Like actually, we weren't going to talk about this. We were going to talk about something else. It was going to be a short topic, but then we got all distracted about Kwaku's shirt and his excessive energy drink consumption. But look, I'm going to say this. Okay, my friends hate this, but I always grade on a curve, and I do believe God does. And I had an employee of mine who was a wonderful woman. She was a cheerleader for the Raiders. She was a Raiderette. And I met her daughter one day, and she had this nose ring. And she asked me what I thought about it. I said, to be honest with you, I've never liked the nose ring thing, right? You know? And she says, oh, well, I let her have it. I was like, okay, that's cool. Like, what was your reasoning behind that? And she says, it's her one thing. And I said, what? What do you mean? She says, I've figured out with all of my children that if you give them one thing you don't like, that maybe they even know you don't like, or is against some rule they've been taught, that's where it ends. But if you don't let them have that one thing, then they end up secretly pushing for 3, 4, 5, 6 other things and go off the rails. So she's like, I let her have that one thing, you know what I'm saying, that I disagree with her on, so that it ends up just being one thing. So you know, Kwaku,
I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't have sex. I'm gonna wear the bunny.
Okay, so this is your one thing, dog. You can still come in my studio. No, I'm just kidding. Dude.
And I don't think you're a worse person because of it.
No, I know.
Yeah, I just think.
Dude, the Desnats are gonna fry you for this, dog.
They're all getting fired from their jobs anyway. Who cares? Sorry, they're posting
savage.
Hitler memes and saying that like the JEWS had it coming and they're all getting fired.
Okay, well,
I don't care.
Crap like that.
I'm editing this
Follow Desnat
out.
Exposed on Twitter, dude. I don't agree with doxing, but some people get doxed, and I'm like, I don't feel bad for you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm editing out that thing. So anyway, this has been a lively discussion.
Hugh Hefner did nothing wrong. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Oh, man.
Any last thoughts, Brittany?
No, I don't care that Kwaku wears Playboy. I just don't think he's going to continue once he's married.
Boom.
I will have my wedding reception in the Playboy mansion if I need be.
Okay, this is Midnight Mormons. See you in the next, hopefully more edifying podcast.